But I think that that works in an editing room because, I see the time that we spend there as a director's last chance to try to make the thing that they initially wanted. So if it's not doing that, someone's got to say it. And I hope that if you hired me, that you're okay with me saying that to you. And if not, and I'm still there, then I'm here to support you.
What do you think some of those additional soft skills are that you bring to the table? And I know that you're probably like, I have a hard time talking about these things about myself, so I'm going to rephrase it. If I'm talking to one of your closest colleagues and I ask them, what are the soft skills that Michelle brings to the table that would make her a great asset to my team? How would they answer that question?
Well, I think first and foremost, you need to understand how to talk about the story, about the problem at hand. So in terms of, I feel like because I know how to verbalize what might be right or wrong about whatever we're doing, and have a conversation that isn't, laced with other desires or fears. People feel comfortable with having that conversation with me, and we can actually, and I think that they feel, well, this is what I'm hoping, but I think that they feel like they're free to talk about what they actually want out of what we're trying to do, and that I understand what their goals are. Because we're focused on the story, and maybe something I've said clicks with them or leads them to understand that I understand them. So it's really like being able to talk to whoever I'm working with and understanding where they're coming from. So there's that. And I also think that I'm fairly good at reading the room. That's important for anybody to know. It's like, when you're going to overstep, when to shut up, when to leave the room, if you need to leave the room. And how to be supportive, even if, that's, I guess the better way of putting it is, when to give tough love, and when you have to be supportive. And I think that what people, well, I'm sort of like this because it's hard for me to BS. I don't do that. I think it takes a lot of energy, and it's just easier if I'm just honest. And I tend to be honest, and sometimes that hurts some people's feelings, but what can I say? Sorry, but that's just my personality. But I think that works in an editing room because, I see the time that we spend there as a director's last chance to try to make the thing that they initially wanted. So if it's not doing that, someone's got to say it. And I hope that if you hired me, that you're okay with me saying that to you. And if not, and I'm still there, then I'm here to support you. But I think people feel it's more the previous than the latter.
I agree with everything, but I want to add a caveat.
Oh.
I think you and I are very similar. I would love to share a wall someday on a series, just like to collaborate and see if all my suspicions are true. But I think you're similar to me, and that you have no problem being brutally honest. Sometimes maybe to the point of fault where you're like, maybe I shouldn't have shared that much about how I feel about the scene. But that only works if you work with people that trust you. That trust is such an important component. And you strike me as somebody that can build that trust early on because you have that level of confidence, and you take the time to learn about the story and really understand and communicate what are your visions, what are your desires for the story. Therefore, when you have objections or you say that things don't work, I feel like if that trust is there, the note or the idea behind all of them is, I'm just trying to protect this.